Guys, what we have done in the first video, we have studied what is cos of a plus b and cos of a minus b. Cos of a plus b and cos of a minus b has the same expression, so it becomes cos a cos b sin a sin b. But if it is plus here, it will take a minus and minus will become plus. Same way, sin of a plus b and sin of a minus b is sin a is cos b, cos a sin b. With plus, it will be plus, and with minus, the sign will be minus. Similarly, tan of a plus b or tan of a minus b, it will be tan a tan b, 1 tan a tan b. With plus, the numerator will be plus, the denominator will have minus. And if it is minus of a minus b, then numerator will be minus and denominator will be plus. Okay, that is the way you can learn the formula. Now, sin of a plus b, sin of a minus b, we have just seen it is sin square a minus sin square b. Cos of a plus b, cos of a minus b is cos square a minus sin square b. It's not cos square b, it's sin square b. Now, also I have explained to you that sine of n multiple of pi, and the angles lies on the horizontal line on the right or the left. For all these angles, the value of tan and sine both are 0. Both are 0. For vertical line, the angles which lie on the vertical line on the end points, that's pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2. For that is odd multiple of pi by 2, the cos takes up the 0 value. But beside that also I have told you, for these angles which lies on the horizontal line, cos takes up the positive value for these angles on the line on the right side and takes up the negative value for angles lying on the left side. Whereas sine, which angles which lies above the y-axis on the positive side, for these it takes up plus value, and for these it takes up the sine takes up the negative value. Whereas tan takes up the positive infinity value and tan here takes up for these angles negative infinity value. Now, let us find out what is cos of 3 pi by 2 plus x. Children, I have already told you in the previous videos that whenever we have odd multiple of pi by 2, when we have odd multiple of pi by 2, the function changes to its complementary part. That is, cos will change to what? Sin x. Now, to identify, then after that, identify the quadrant. Now, which quadrant does 3 pi by 2 plus x lies? 3 pi by 2 plus x, you are talking about, it lies in the fourth quadrant, where cos is positive. Cos is operating ratio is positive, so it's plus sin x. Now, how can we get this answer? By using the formula of cos of a plus b. If we can write this as cos of 3 pi by 2 cos x minus sin of 3 pi by 2 sin x. Now, children, you know that what is cos of 3 pi by 2? Cos of 3 pi by 2 for odd multiple is 0. So this is 0 into cos x minus sin 3 pi by 2. Sin 3 pi by 2, this is lies on this side. So sin takes up which value? What value? Negative value for these angles. So it is minus 1. Minus 1 into sin x. And you can see this turns out to be plus sin x. Okay? Is that clear? Now, how will you find the value of sin 15 degree now? What is the use of these angles? Sum of difference of two angles. Now, sin 15 has to be expressed as sum of two standard angles or difference of two particular standard angles. So, we can write sin 15 as difference of two standard angles, that is 45 and 30. So, sin 15 can be written as sin 45 minus sin 30, and then we can write this as sin 45 cos 30 degree minus or cos 45 sin 30 degree by using the formula of sin of a minus b, sin a cos b minus sin cos a sin b. Now, substituting the values, sin 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 30 is root 3 by 2 minus cos 45 is 1 by root 2 and sin 30 is half. So what do you get? We get root 3 minus 1 upon 2 root 2 sin 15. Similarly, how can we find the value of cos 75 degree? How can we write cos 75 degree? So cos 75 degree can be written as cos of 30 plus 45 degree. The two standard angles, 30 plus 45 is 75. Now, using the formula of cos of a plus b, which is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b, I write here cos a, that is cos 30 degree cos 45 degree minus sin 30 degree sin 45 degree. Now, sin 30 cos 30 is again root 3 by 2 into cos 45 is 1 by root 2 minus sin 30 is half and cos Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. So what do we get here? We get root 3 minus 1 upon 2 root 2. The value of cos 75 is same as sine 15. How? You already know that cos 75 can be written as sine of 90 minus 15. Okay? Is that clear? Cos 75 is same as 90 minus cos sine of 90 minus 15. So they are complementary to each other. They are complementary. Sine and this are complementary angles. So the value of sine 75 and cos 15 will be the same. Okay? Since they are complementary angles. So root 3 minus 1 and upon 2 root 2. Okay? Now children, let's find the value of tan 13 pi by 12. Now tan 13 pi by 12, as you know, the divisor is 12. So we'll break 13 as multiple of 12. So how can we write 13 pi? We shall be writing 13 pi as multiple of 12. So we write this as 12 pi plus pi whole upon 12. And that becomes tan of pi plus pi by 12. Pi by 12 is an acute angle now. Pi plus theta. Now tan, since it's followed by pi, so the trigonometrical ratio remains the same. Whereas tan pi plus theta, which quadrant pi plus theta lies? Pi plus theta will lie in which quadrant? Third quadrant, where tan is positive. So it remains pi tan pi by 12. Now pi by 12 is not a standard value. So we won't be able to know this value. So we have to find the value of this value tan pi by 12 by using the sum or difference formula. So we express tan pi by 12 now as sum or difference of the two standard values. So tan pi by 12 can be written as tan pi by 3 minus tan pi by 4. You can see that. Pi by 3 6 and minus this. You can simplify, you can tan pi by 12. Now you use the extension tan of a minus b. Tan of a minus b is tan a minus tan b, 1 plus tan a tan b. So by using that expression we will write tan pi by 3 tan minus tan pi by 4 upon 1 plus tan pi by 3 tan pi by 4. Now what is tan pi by 3? Tan pi by 3 tan 60. Tan 60 is root 3. So root 3 minus 1 upon 1 plus the product of this. Product of this is root 3 into 1 is root 3. So we get this result. Now if we rationalize this, we get root 3 minus 1 upon root 3 plus 1 multiplied with root 3 minus 1 upon root 3 minus 1. So we get the numerator as whole square of root 3 minus 1, which is 3 plus 1 minus 2 root 3 divided by 3 whole square minus 1 square, that is 3 minus 1, that is 2. And when we simplify it, we get 4 minus that becomes 2 minus root 3. So the value of tan pi by 12 is 2 minus root 3 that we have got by using the formula of tan of a minus b, by expressing it as the tan of pi by 3 minus pi by 4, the two standard angles. So 13 pi by 12 we started off, we brought it down to the acute angle, that is tan pi by 12, and then split this tan pi by 12 into difference of two standard angles and use the formula. Now children, look at the next sum. Sin pi by 4 cos pi by 12, cos pi by 4 sin pi by 12. In both the expressions we have the same angles being used, that is pi by 4 pi by 12 is here, pi by 4 pi by 12 is there. Can you recognize it from any of this formula? Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. If you mark this as A and this you mark as B, so what do you find? This is same as formula of sin A cos B plus cos A sin B, that is sin of A plus B. So we write directly this as sin of pi by 4 plus pi by 12. Okay, and when we add this simplified, we become sin of 3 plus 4. 4 pi by 12, that is pi by 3. And pi by 3 is 60, that is root 3 by 2. So this is easy because this is the expression which is form of sin of a plus b, and we then added two angles, became a standard angle, and standard angle is 3 by 2. Can you recognize this one now? Tan 65 plus tan 55, 1 minus tan 65 tan 55. Then if you mark this, there are two angles being used again in this formula. If you take this angle as A and this as B, this formula turns out to be tan A plus tan B, 1 minus tan A tan B. So tan A plus tan B, 1 minus tan A tan B, it is formula of tan of A plus B. So this is same as tan of 65 plus 55, which is tan of 120 degree. Now how to find 120 degree? We write this as tan of 180 minus 60. And when tan is expressed, any angle ratio is expressed in terms of 180, the ratio remains the same. So it becomes tan 60. And 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta is second quadrant, but tan is negative. So it is minus tan 60. And minus tan 60 means value of this is minus root 3. Okay, children? Is that clear? Now, if sine x and y are acute angles, sin x given as 1 by root 5 and sin y is 1 by root 10, we need to find out the value of sine of x plus y. What is the value of sine of x plus y? How will you find that? Now look here, acute angles. Acute angles means they lie in the first quadrant. First quadrant, the value of all expressions will be positive. Now when you write the expression of sine of x plus y, it is sine x cos y plus cos x sin y. Now you already know the value of sin x and sin y, but you don't know the value of cos x, y and cos x. For that, when you already know, when you are being given the ratio with respect to an angle as 1 by root 2 or 1 by root 5 for sine, we can use trigonometry, that is the Pythagoras theorem, to find out the value of cos x. Now, if you take this as angle as x, sine is ratio of perpendicular upon hypotenuse, so 1 upon root 5, and the base turns out to be 2. And same way, if you are doing with respect to angle y, you are given sine y as 1 by root 10, so 1 is perpendicular, hypotenuse is root 10, this will turn out to be 3. Now we substitute the values here, sine x is 1 by root 5, cos y turns out to be 3 by root 10, 3 by root 10, plus cos x turns out to 2 by root 5, 2 by root 5, and sin y is 1 by root 10. So when you add, you find the denominator is root 50 and the numerator is 3 plus 2, 5, which can be written as 5 upon 5 root 2, which is 1 by root 2. So if you want to find what is sine of x plus y will be equals to, in terms of radians, this can be written as sine of pi by 4. So the value of x plus y can be found as pi by 4. So if you have been asked to find what is x plus y, you can find by using sine of x plus y, or cos of x plus y, even you can use it. There you have to find the value of cos x cos y minus sin x sin y. So sin x sin y is known, and from that you can find the value of cos y. So you could have used any of the value to find the value of any of the ratio here, either sine, cos or tan, to find out the value of x plus y. Okay, the question was to find the value of x plus y. Good. Now take up the next question now, children. If cos of x is given 3 by 5, cos of y as minus 24 by 25. You know why minus is here? Because y is lying in the third quadrant, pi to 3 pi by 2. That is 180, between 180 and 270 is third quadrant. So that's why cos takes up the negative value. And here cos x is positive, although it's lying in the fourth quadrant, 720 to 180, that is 360, that is fourth quadrant. So cos is positive. And you have been asked to find the value of cos of x plus y. So what is cos of x plus y? Cos of x, cos y minus sin x sin y. Now in this question, you need to see that sin x and sin y, are they going to give you positive value or negative values? So sin x and sin y, you know that sin x means lying in the third quadrant. The third quadrant sin is negative, whereas this is the fourth quadrant where y lies in the fourth quadrant, so sin y will also be negative. Now how do we find the value of these? Again, by using the same Pythagoras theorem, drawing two right angle triangle, marking x here. Cos is given 3 by 5, so base is 3, hypotenuse is 5, perpendicular turns out to be 4. Same way, for in terms of y, again you have been given the value of cos y base is 24, hypotenuse is 25, so the perpendicular will turn out to be 7. Now put these values in the formula. Cos x is given as 3 by 5 into cos y minus 24 by 25 minus sin x will be 4 by 5, but it will be negative because it lies in the third quadrant, so minus 4 by 5. and sin y lies in the fourth quadrant, so sin again will be negative 7 by 25, minus 7 by 25. Now you simplify this fraction, you get, this is minus 72 upon 125, and this is again minus 28 upon 125. What do you have? Minus 100 upon 125, and reduce it to lowest terms, it becomes minus 4 upon 5. So that is the solutions. Some more sums will be done by you now. Please, and any queries that you have regarding any particular sum, please send it to us. We'll solve them next time.